next guest on the line.
Okay.
Former champion, super middleweight champion, Mr. Ishe Smith. If you want to stay on and talk with the champ, that's fine.
Hey James.
Right now we're going to bring in
super welterweight, not super middleweight. Super welterweight, or junior middleweight.
Well, I'm going by what BoxRec says, so y'all call BoxRec.
Okay.
So,
hey, they lied about ranking. Hey, ranking, they lied to you too.
Hey,
yeah, they did.
Yeah. Hey, the thing I know is that the two of you fought, so y'all know what the weight was and the whole 9 yards. So
absolutely.
Right. So, we don't have to talk about BoxRec because y'all was in the fight. So now
we was in the BoxRec.
That's it. Yeah, see, I was in the BoxRec, y'all was in the boxing ring. So let's talk about right. I believe, I don't know, this might be the first show that y'all had together since that particular fight, or have you been on together since then?
Yeah, we don't actually. I don't actually, reached out to him on Instagram though. Yep. Hey Smith.
Yeah. Well,
Ishe.
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. What up, though? Sugar Shay, what's up, bro? You all right?
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing, man?
Man, we fine, man.
What's going on, champ? How you doing, champ?
Nothing much, man. Just relaxing. How's everything?
Man.
How y'all doing, man?
Oh, man, we doing good, man. How was that Vegas weather treating you out there? This K9, how that Vegas weather treating you?
Man, it's hot out here right now, man. So we got one more, just a few more weeks, man, and we'll be past all this heat. August is the hottest month, so just a few more weeks.
Hey, yeah, so because James out there in California, he always bragging. So whenever he want to brag, I'm just going to call you.
Yeah. We got that good weather out there in Cali, man. That's like the perfect weather.
Right.
I mean, I keep telling you, I'm in San Diego, K9. You need to get out here, boy.
hey, look, it costs the floss, man. Y'all out there with that y'all got to have a lot of money at. I love Detroit, boy. You know, you can have a few dollars in Detroit.
You got to be right messing around.
Exactly. I was gonna say in Detroit, you can have a few dollars, man. You like rich out here. The way the economy was and how it is out here.
Right. Yeah, well, no. You can't play rich in California.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Ishe, what's up, brother? You so you about to do the bare knuckles then, huh?
Yeah, man. You know, it just kind of fell into my lap, man. It's not something I was looking into. They reached out and contacted me, and took me a few weeks to decide, and I just finally made the decision to to come back after I had retired to do something, man. I had kind of started missing it, after I saw Manny did what he did at his age, started missing it a little bit, and it just was the right opportunity to come back and do something fresh, do something new.
Exactly. Yep. I believe whoever you fight, you're gonna knock them out, man. Cause you know what I'm saying, you're a good fighter, man. You know, I underestimated you when we fought. You had a little more pop than I thought you had.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. That was a good fight, man. Good event.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in your hometown. That was I respect you for giving me the shot, because you didn't have to do that. So I always be grateful for that, man, because you definitely could have fought like a Canelo or somebody else and got paid, but you gave me a shot, and thank you so much, man, for that.
Oh, man, that's good. Hey, I was mad when you took my title to Vegas, though. But what can you do? Hey, so when you won that title, for me, though, didn't that make you the first ever Vegas world champion?
Yeah, maybe the first ever in Las Vegas history. So it was big, man. Just a big event, big accomplishment. Something I'm pretty sure when you became world champion, something you dream about when you're a little kid, and then it finally happened. It's like the greatest feeling in the world. So I mean, it's tough. I mean, this is a hard hustle, man. So, I mean, you know it. You know how it is, the ups and downs in this game. So, you know, you just got to keep striving and pushing forward and just have a positive team around you. But this game definitely ain't for the faint-hearted. It's a tough game, man.
Yeah, so hold on, James. You up there hogging, man. This is my contender comrade, man. He was on season 1. I was on season 2. Calm down, bro. We done made we done made history.
I haven't said a word.
Okay.
Right.
That is, maybe that was other young gentleman trying to talk to you.
Maybe you was snoring. All right. Hold on, Ricky. Let me say one other thing then. So look, Floyd real good. Floyd real good at getting in guys' head. So when Floyd was at the fight, you and Floyd was at the fight, both of y'all got on my head when y'all was like, man, he said, man, Ishe making more money than you, and you the champ of the world. Well, did you make more money than me that day? Because I sure was wondering about that.
You know, Floyd, he's a good salesman, a good talker.
Yeah.
You know, he's done well. I mean, retired on top, 50-0, and can't nobody ever take that away from him. What he accomplished, his record. You know, he's done well for himself, man. And you know, he definitely can go back. You could take him and put him with the greats. He'll be in the conversation. He may not always be some people pick as the greatest ever, but he definitely in the conversation. But a lot of people can't. A lot of fighters today can't say that. So it was a pleasure working with him and seeing what he accomplished and everything.
Hey, so it might not be over with though, yo. You might end up coming back to the actual boxing ring with the gloves on. Who knows?
Yeah, man. It's something that I've explored, something I've thought about. Obviously, got to take care of business first with this. And we'll see what's out there. You know, there's some names out there that, you know, I like to mix it up with. And, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, my last couple fights, you know, before the Lubin fight, I fought Julian Williams. That was a, you know, close, tough fight. And right after he fought me, he went on to win the world title. Then I fought Tony Harrison. That was another split decision, tough, close fight. And right after me, he went on to win a world title. So I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit more Dawg, a little more fight in this Dawg than I thought. So we're gonna definitely explore all the opportunities after this and see what's out there for me.
Okay, yeah. So Rankin and James, let me say one more other thing before y'all try to debo. So in doing that, hey, so in doing that though, Ishe. So think about this though. The guys that you fought, it probably was a year before you fought. And then you went out there for the top dogs. I'm talking about if they were number 1, they became world champions after that. So maybe you need to just fight a guy in the top 25. They ain't gotta be the number 1 guy just to get your feet back wet.
Right.
And then go out there and shoot for the home run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think towards the end of my, you know, before the end, before I fought Lubin, I definitely think inactivity, you know, because Julian, I think, was a little bit more active than me. I know Harrison was, and so was Lubin. And I think that probably played a role. And all those guys, you know, those guys are 3 of the best junior middleweights in the world. I mean, 2 of them right now are world champions.
Absolutely.
You know, one has, you know, beat the guy that everybody was scared to fight. He beat Godzilla. So, I mean, and to fight those guys to Harrison to a split decision, and Julian Williams, you know, it's a fight that many people thought I won or could have been a draw. To have that kind of showing against those 2 guys, you know, it's just a lot of inactivity. Even when I fought Lubin, you know, Lubin's a great up-and-coming young fighter. It's just, you know, off again. You know, just a lot of inactivity. And, you know, when you get to our age, man, you can't just – if you're still fighting, you need to be a little bit more active.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I want to be more active. If I decide to come back, I definitely want to be more active than I was towards the end.
Absolutely. Yep. Go ahead, Rankin, James. Appreciate you, my guy. We're going to say something else, though, before we get off, for real.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask him one quick question. I just wanted to ask him, man, how do you feel about the bare knuckle fight, man? Hand protection, man. I mean, I've definitely been offered to do it. The problem is, man, I broke my hands in 10-ounce gloves and wraps. So I think about that, you know, doing bare knuckle. I'm thinking like, man, I don't know if my hands could take it. You know, just, you know, I don't even like fighting in the street, you know, but I'm fighting, you know, for a bunch of, you know, rounds with no gloves on. So what you think about that?
thought about that too.
Well, 19 years, I never had hand problems. I've never broken a hand or had really no issues with my hands. And, everybody say the, getting cut aspect. Well, I've been cut in sparring. I've been cut, in fights. I've been headbutted and been cut. So cuts is just a part of the game. I'm not really worried so much about my hands just because I've never really had hands problems. And, it's all part of the game, man. It's just all part of the game. You got to take the, the good with the bad. Some people say, Paulie, when he did the bare knuckle, he broke his hands, and he hurt his hand. And Paulie has always had hand problems. Anybody that followed boxing that has followed Paulie's career somewhat extensively know that Paulie has fought with broken hands. He's put, gutsy performances on with hurt hands, broken hands, and that just hasn't been my MO for 19 years. So it's not something I want to worry about now. I'm just going to go in there and do what I've done for 19 years. I know if I'd have came back to boxing right away, I haven't been the luckiest guy being on the B side. I wasn't ready to be somebody's opponent, be on the B side. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind going into other people's hometown and fighting out and gutting out the decision. But, when I decided that I wanted to come back and these people contacted me, it just seemed like the perfect match. And it's something new, something that, I don't have to worry about, fighting the guy in front of me and fighting the judges. We just going out here to, to fight and lace them up. And it's all love at the end of the day. So it's just something, like I said, I can't worry about getting cut or breaking my hands because it's just something I've never really worried about.
Right. I feel it, Tim. I feel it. Well, you got the heart, man. I'm going to tell you, I watched you for a long time, and I always admired you, man. Like, you're one of them fighters that, people think that, this is going to be, he's a gatekeeper. But I always looked at you as, this is a dangerous fighter, bro. Like, you go into this, like, I forgot who it was you fought. I think it was Julian. And everybody was like, man, Julian where I'm from, it's like, Julian should beat this guy. I said, man, I don't know, man. I said, y'all don't know. That dude, EJ can fight, bro. Y'all sleeping. That dude can fight, bro. Like, for real, you got some sparring footage up. You got a lot of footage up, man, where you are just a really cagey, just a really just gutter fighter. And you can tell that you got that heart and that will and that desire to win. Like, I've never seen you go into a fight just to get a check. I've never seen that. Never. And I bet there's no time in your career.
Style, man. Right. That's not my style. And even this fight, this ain't something I'm doing for a check. I've made way more money in some of my biggest fights, fighting on pay-per-view, fighting for the world title, this to me really is just like I said. I could have decided, let me come back to boxing. But then I know what type of, I just turned 41 this year. I still feel like I got a little fight left. And if I don't feel like that, then I want to see, how much I got left. I want to test myself, take my body through a rigorous training camp and see where I'm at mentally and physically. But really, and to be honest, I wasn't ready to do all that and come back and beat somebody's opponent. I'm not ready to fight the man in front of me and fight the judges too. And like I said, unfortunately, that for a lot of fights in my career, I've experienced that if the fight was close, then or the guy barely beat me, some of the cards were just way off the mark. Like, so if you even look at the Julie Williams fight, you had fans that thought I won. You had a couple fans that thought he may have won by 1 or 2 rounds. You had fans that thought I may have won by 1 or 2 rounds. Then you have fans that thought it was a draw. But then I think one of the judges in that fight scored that fight like 8 rounds to 1 or like 9 rounds to 1.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy,
mentally, I wasn't ready to step back into the boxing ring and deal with that. I wasn't. I wanted to, so this just created the perfect opportunity for me to go out and, do something new, something fresh. It's bare knuckle, but I ain't got to worry about nobody kicking me in the head or putting me in the chokehold or something like that. So it just seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Do you know?
Yeah, I think you're gonna be more dangerous, bro.
Hey, I agree. Do you know who you fighting?
Yeah, I'm fighting a guy that is, did a little boxing. I can't recall his name. He did a little boxing, and he did mostly MMA. But I tell people, like, there's no greater pure fighter than a boxer. Take away the legs, take away the kicks, take away the chokehold, and a boxer's going to beat any fighter, 9 times out of 10, because we just know how to punch so well. We know exactly how to hurt people, where to place our punches. That's why when you turn pro, your hands are registered. You can't be out in the streets fighting like that, because we are precise with how we punch and way we place our shots. So I'm excited for it. Like I said, yeah, it's a little different because of the bare knuckle thing, but I'm definitely excited for it. Definitely excited to see what's next afterward. And these people have been probably the best people in a long time I've worked with, man. They've been, top notch. Valor has been top notch from start to finish, and it's just been a real easy to work with them, real easy to get things done, and it's been great so far.
I could tell you this right here, champ. If he did a little boxing, he in trouble. You about to knock his head off.
I was thinking that same. He in trouble. He is in trouble.
A little boxing. Oh my goodness! You can't do a little boxing against a world champion.
That ain't enough.
No, it ain't enough. And I'm quite sure it hurts a lot harder when you hit somebody with your bare knuckles. I mean, I'm talking about, man. I hate to say it that I was a street fighter, and when I hit guys with my bare knuckles, man, it was like it was over quick. So when you hit this guy, man, and he ain't never been in there with a real fighter before, I'm talking about a world champion without the gloves, oh man, he ain't gonna even see it coming. You just gotta have in a contract, man, like Mayweather had against Conor McGregor, that he can't kick you. If he kick you, that's gonna cost him a certain amount of money.
Right. Well, it shouldn't be no kicking and no grabbing and no choking and stuff, So I'm like I said, I'm good about that. If this was MMA, I would probably be a little bit more worried. It's just so much that those guys know how to do. They're strategically, they know different styles of fighting, jiu-jitsu, boxing, karate, all kind of stuff. So I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that. I just have to go in here and fight, do what I've been doing for 19 years just with no gloves.
Let me ask you one more question. Rankin and James, for y'all, Debo again. How do you feel about the fights with Jared Hurd and J Rock and Tony Harrison, Charlo? What do you think is going to happen in those fights? And give me any predictions on what you feel about the fight period.
I think Julian Williams got Hurd's number, man. I just think the way he fought him and the way, his trainer and them two executed that game plan, it was perfect. It was nobody picked him to win that fight, and for him to go in and look the way he did and beat Godzilla the way he did, man, that was impressive. And I just don't know what how different Hurd can be. What can he do different to beat Julian? So if a focused Julian comes the way he was the first time, I just think he has his number. The Charlo fight was a little bit more. Charlo and Harrison was just a little bit more closer. I had Harrison edging it out. I thought the Charlo was loading up way too much, and I thought Harrison boxed beautifully and I outpointed him with the jab, but it was a little closer. I could see maybe Charlo making some adjustments. So right now I say that's kind of a pick 'em. I could see Charlo coming back and getting his title, but I could also see Harrison stepping his game up and keeping his title. I think it's going to be a little bit harder for Harrison to win this time around because I think Charlo is definitely going to be motivated. But I would say it's 50-50. That fight could go either way. But I just think Julian Williams has, he chopped Hurd down, man. I think he has Hurd's number.
All right, thanks for the predictions.
Well, speaking of predictions, K9, you're getting back in the ring with the Lil Wayne festival down there in New Orleans. Ishe is getting back into bare knuckles. Hey, what about a rematch?
I don't know, man. I think both of us after, we want the big money, we want to see where we at. We the older guys, we the OGs of the division. I think if we go, he go left, I go right, and he does his thing, I do my thing, and maybe we can meet in the middle, but I think at this point, us fighting each other really don't do anything, because we both trying to see where we at in the game and see where we can go and see if we can perhaps score some big fights and maybe wind up in hopefully another title fight, one of us. And, like I said, and if he go left, I go right, then maybe we meet somewhere in the middle if we both do our thing. But, definitely if it's a lot of good guys out there still. And K9 already became, I think, you're a two-time champion, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So I think
Thank you.
I think he already did it once, so I don't think nobody can ever discredit him, a two-time champion. I don't think if he feels he got something left and he go and do his thing, I definitely won't say it's not impossible for him being a three-time champion. But I think two older guys like ourselves fighting each other at this stage of our career don't do anything. He needs to figure out his path and get to that crown again. And I kind of need to do the same thing. And if we meet somewhere in the middle, if I become a champ or he become a champ, I think he will want a big fight. Maybe a Canelo or one of these big guys that's really gonna get him paid. Man, that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Hey, Smith, way to tell him, man, because he trying to play the matchmaker role, man. Way to tell him. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right.
I'm definitely understand what like I said. Between K9 and Layman, you guys kind of taught me about the finances.
Right. Hey, look.
You also fought. You also fought Danny Jacobs when he was only 17-0. What have you noticed from Danny since you fought him? I mean, that was almost almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, that is
almost.
I thought that
almost 10 years ago to the day.
Right. I think he's improved a lot. He was such a young fighter then, but he has so much hype around him. So everybody thought, and I moved up in weight. I was fighting 154 and agreed to take that fight at 160. Knew I was going to be on the B side, and it was a close fight. I even hurt him at a point in that fight and almost dropped him. But, he was just a little bit busier than me. He had a better game plan than me. That was like a 2-point fight. It was like 6-4, 7-3 maybe, but that was like a 2-round fight. And again, like I said, I haven't been the luckiest on that side. And one of them judges in that fight scored that fight 100-89. Like, he gave Danny Jacobs every single round. Didn't even give me the round I hurt him in. And that's what I mean by I didn't want to have to come back to boxing and deal with that. I don't remember. I don't forget those kind of things. I don't forget, those kind of things. And that's just something that I remember. And I just wasn't ready to deal with that. But I think he's improved, definitely improved a lot since then. I think he did well against Canelo. I just don't think, he was just busy enough in those fights, those two fights with Triple G and Canelo. I think if he was a little bit more busier, he could have edged those out. But I think he's done fantastic for himself, and he made a lot of money in that Canelo fight. So he's done very well for himself since we fought when he was 17-0.
What about Landy Laura? You fought, I think when you fought Landy, he was like 19-2 or something like that.
He's just at that time he was arguably the best junior middleweight in the world. I mean, you had you had Canelo, you had other guys, but a lot of people, I don't feel he beat Canelo, but a lot of people feel he beat Canelo. And at the time I fought him, like I said, he was arguably probably the best junior middleweight in the world. It was just him and Canelo. Was no Hurd, wasn't no really Julian. I think was a young pro. The Charlos were very young still. So at that time, I would think Lara was probably the best. And then you saw how him and Hurd's fight was one of the. It was a fight of the year candidate. I was at that fight. That was a great fight. So he was just better at what he did that night than me. That's probably the one fight where I didn't have no complaints or no qualms about the decision. He was great at that night. He put on a great performance. He was able to utilize the ring and able to do things that I pretty much couldn't capitalize on. And he was just, he was better that night than I was. But he's a great fighter, and he's still going today. And I think he has a fight coming up soon. So, I'll take my hat off to him.
Yeah, he's still running too.
So in saying that, Ishe, with all these great fighters you fought that became world champions, the guy you finna fight in trouble.
Yeah, I don't do this for money, and I don't go lay down for nobody. I mean, if you beat me, you're gonna beat me. If you beat me and it's controversial, that's another thing. But I ain't laying down for nobody. I don't care if I was going to do UFC or if I was in a street fight. I'll go out. I'm gonna go out swinging, and So he in trouble. I mean, whenever I step, it don't matter what kind of ring I step in. I'm gonna be ready. I'm going to make sure I'm ready. I have a good team in place. Eddie Mustafa will be back in my corner again. And, we're excited for the opportunity and definitely want to see what's next after this. But, I don't take nobody lightly when I get ready to fight.
So is this fight going to be on pay? Is it going to be on pay-per-view? Is it going to be televised, streamed?
Yeah, I think it's on Fight TV. I know it's on DirecTV, pay-per-view, and it's on Dish TV pay-per-view, and I think a couple more, and it's I think it's $30 for the whole show. It's a heavyweight tournament, I think, going on the same night where they got like 4 guys, and if you win it, you got to fight twice. So it's a heavyweight tournament going on the same night with 4 guys. I think they are the main event, and I think I'm the co-main. So like I said, it's exciting. This is this company's first bare knuckle event. So I'm really excited to be a part of. Like I said, Valor's been really great to work with, easy to work with. Sometimes, probably K9 from being in boxing, sometimes it's hard to work with people. People tell you things and it's not true. And, you find out backdoor deals and stuff like that. But these people have been, straightforward from the beginning. And they've been real easy to work with. And it's been a pleasure, man. I wouldn't mind doing another one, but we got to see where we're at after this training camp and after this fight.
Okay. Sounds good, champ. Hey, Rankin, you there, Rankin?
So who's in your corner, champ?
That's a good question.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Oh, yo, so you taking the champion in your corner with you. So you taking this fight real serious. The champion, the champ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Got to take it serious, man. You can't play boxing. So can't play fighting, can't play boxing. People think it's it's not really a lot of difference. It's just you just don't have the gloves. It's the same thing. No kicking. It's just so I got to take it serious. I can't take him light. I know he's probably excited. He's fighting a former world champion, so his adrenaline alone may put him on 100, until he start getting punched in the face. So I just got to be ready for anything. So we're taking the fight very serious.
Let me ask you this: in preparation, are you actually sparring with smaller gloves to kind of get ready for the bare knuckles?
No, I mean I don't want to hurt my hands, and we're doing other stuff with no wraps and no stuff like that. But sparring and guys with smaller gloves and stuff like that, I don't want to hurt nobody in the gym. People know that that's mainly where a lot of the injuries come from. It's just in the gym, doing too much. So I want to make sure that I'm ready fight night and make sure that we're comfortable with our preparation and that everything is good to go. So we'll be ready come fight night. So I'm excited about it. It's definitely a new chapter.
Right, right. Yeah, well, you know the guy gonna be awkward. He an MMA fighter, so you know he gonna be awkward. So I'm quite sure you got the
Right.
right sparring partners.
Right. Yeah, we got him.
They would. Ishe, thank you so much, man, for coming on, taking the time with us tonight, and we all wish you luck, and hope I know I'll be watching it.
Definitely, I will too.
Yeah. So and
thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate it. K9, good luck with your comeback, man. I'm wishing you well, brother. Go out there and do your thing, man.
Oh yeah,
Wishing you well, man.
Hey,
Go do your thing.
appreciate it, man. Listen, I'm gonna follow you. You know it's all love. I'm gonna follow you on the gram, man, and on the Twitter. Go ahead and follow back. I got you.
All right, I will, brother. All right, man. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for everything, man.
Yeah. Give them your any final thoughts you want, and your social media.
Ishe Sugar Shay is on my social media, and thanks. Like I said, I want to thank Valor and Ken Shamrock and everybody involved with the company for this wonderful opportunity. First class organization to deal with. I'm excited, and you guys tune in. Got the heavyweight tournament going on, then got my fight going on. It's a great kickoff event. I can't wait, man. Thank you guys for having me on. K9, I'm gonna follow. Make sure you follow back, brother.
I got you, brother. All right. Much love, brother. Cheers.
All right, man. Good luck, K9. Much love.
All right, much love. All right.